What's up, you guys? Tanner Fiver here with Fiver Football. I want to talk to you guys today. I'm just going to do a video about my top 10 overall wide receiver cores heading into the 2022 NFL season. Sorry if the lighting's off and everything. You can obviously tell I'm outside on my back porch. Got the fans on. It's kind of nice. Right now it beats the background that I'd be recording inside my bedroom at the moment, just because I'm in between apartments and everything like that. I want to talk to you guys about the top 10 wide receiver cores heading into the 2022 NFL season. Now, if you guys have anything to say, or if you want to argue a point, if you just want to give your opinions, go ahead and just do it in the comments, join the Discord, and also chat along there. But just try to remember to remain respectful. We're all pretty nice in this community. But these are just my opinions and why I think these teams are in this order. Number one, I have the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are still the top team in the mix for re-signing Odell Beckham Jr., who shined in the playoffs this last season. They also have Cooper Kupp, who won the Triple Crown, basically, I think the most receptions, the most yards, and the most touchdowns by any wide receiver in the NFL last year. So Cooper Kupp was an insanely productive receiver last season. I think he's 29 or 30 years old at the moment, but signed to an extension as well, but I don't see him slowing down just yet. It'll be hard to repeat the season he had, but they have Allen Robinson as well, because he just signed from the Chicago Bears. Allen Robinson, I think he signed a 3-year deal as well. And they have Van Jefferson, who has stepped up, made some good plays, and he's young. I really do like Van Jefferson. They lost Robert Woods in a trade to the Titans, but you can refill his role. The second ranked wide receiver core in the NFL, my opinion, Cincinnati Bengals. Ja'Marr Chase, totally amazing rookie season. You cannot take that away from him. Everything he did last year was just phenomenal. T. Higgins has really stepped up, especially last season, stepped up to be a productive wide receiver. And then you got Tyler Boyd, who before Ja'Marr Chase arrived and T. Higgins started being more productive, Tyler Boyd was one of the top receivers in the NFL. I would say like a top 25 receiver, and he's still good. That offense right now in general to me is insane. They have so many weapons. Joe Mixon coming out of the backfield as well. He's got good hands, soft hands. To me, the Cincinnati Bengals have the second best wide receiver core in the NFL. In third place, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin coming back, and then they signed Russell Gage in free agency. Russell Gage is a speedster. I think they still have Scotty Miller, who's also a speed demon, but he's like buried on the depth chart. But I mean, Scotty Miller's just one of those guys who can step up and make plays as well. I think he's still with the team. I think they lost a receiver in free agency, but they just replaced him with Russell Gage. Tom Brady's coming back, so I mean, they're not going to have Bruce Arians, so don't expect maybe as many numbers for Tom Brady or receiving yards, but it's still an extremely talented wide receiver trio right there. Fourth place, I have Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert, you don't really need to explain. He's had 2 back-to-back really good seasons to start his career. 1 second. Just got a collaboration request that I was expecting. And this collaboration request is actually on this post that was made. But I do have the Chargers in 4th place. You got Keenan Allen. Love Keenan Allen, dude. He's insanely underrated, extremely productive. Mike Williams, who stepped up last season for sure. He really needed to step up, and he did. They re-signed him, I think, to a 1-year deal, or maybe franchise tagged him. I forget what they did with him. And then you got Josh Palmer, who was heading into his 2nd season. So very productive wide receivers right there. I think they're going to have a great wide receiver core. Justin Herbert, I don't see him slowing down any. Same with Joe Burrow and the Bengals. That's why they're in 2nd place. Number 5, I've got Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs. They lost Tyreek Hill, who was like one of the most talented wide receivers in the NFL. So their production, I think, is going to go down just a bit. Patrick Mahomes didn't have his best season last year, but that doesn't mean he's not going to have another good one. I mean, he's Patrick Mahomes. He's been proving that he's a top tier, or not if not the top quarterback in the NFL for the last 4 years, I think. You got Juju Smith, who signed with the Chiefs. You got Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who can stretch the field as well. So they're definitely trying to replace the Tyreek Hill role. And then you got rookie Sky Moore, who is supposed to be very, very good. You got Travis Kelce as well. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not going to count them out at all. They could still easily be the top offense in the NFL. Number 6, the Miami Dolphins. The only thing holding back the Miami Dolphins is the uncertain quarterback play from Tua Tagovailoa. You got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson, and you got Mike Gesicki at tight end. One of the most talented receiving corps in the NFL right there. Jalen Waddle, I think, is just going to get better and better and better. Cedric Wilson, he's been solid, in his time in the NFL. He was solid with the Cowboys. Jeez, there's a wasp right there. He was solid with the Cowboys. It's just the uncertainty at the quarterback position, but I do think that Tua could step up. This is Tua's prove it year, so he's really got to step up. But they do have such a talented group right there in the wide receiver room, so I have them at number 6. Number 7, Buffalo Bills. They could be a lot higher. Okay, you got Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, Jamison Crowder. Who else do you have? Is Zay Jones still there? I don't know if Zay Jones is still there or not. And then you got Dawson Knox at tight end, who kind of stepped up last season as well. I just think a lot of people have the Bills as the number 1 offense in the NFL. But I think they lost, Brian Daboll or Dable. I don't know how you pronounce his last name. So it just depends right there with the Buffalo Bills. It's not that I don't have confidence in Josh Allen. It's just really I see the biggest weapon being Stephon Diggs. Gabriel Davis did have a couple really great games last season, and I've always liked Gabe Davis, but he's not just one of those top names that you hear in the NFL. Stephon Diggs is like the top receiver there, without a doubt. Arizona Cardinals, they could easily be higher on this list too. Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, and you got Marquise Brown, a.k.a. Hollywood Brown. They did lose Christian Kirk in free agency to the Jacksonville Jaguars on like a crazy 4 or 5 year deal. But Cardinals are another one of those teams who could be higher on this list, but they definitely fell apart at the end of last season. And I don't know, AJ Green is definitely aging. I don't know how old he is, like 33 at this point, 34 maybe. Hopkins suspended for the first 6 games, and then Hollywood Brown, I do see him being pretty productive there, but you also got Zach Ertz there at tight end. Very talented core. Ertz, I think, is like 31, 32 maybe, so he's kind of aging, but tight ends can usually play a little bit longer. I've got the Las Vegas Raiders at number 9. You got Davante Adams, obviously the top receiver in the NFL. I love Davante Adams. Huge Packers fan here, so it sucks to see him go, but I think the Packers are going to be okay. You got Hunter Renfrow, Demarcus Robinson. They have somebody else too, and then you got Darren Waller at tight end. So like you're pretty much set there. You got Derek Carr, who's pretty consistent year after year. He's proven himself in the NFL. I have them at number 9. They easily could be number 10 though, in my opinion, just because I just not too confident in the Raiders. They have a lot of drama that goes on, and I just don't think they're like the best offense, But remember, this list is not overall offense, guys. This is wide receiver groups, the wide receiver corps, whatever, okay? This is the top wide receiver teams in the NFL. This is why some of these teams may be a little wonky to you, but you just got to remember this list is not the top offenses, but the top wide receiver rooms. Then I have the Dallas Cowboys. I think they finished in like top 2 offense total last year, but remember this is about wide receivers. You got CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, James Washington from the Steelers. Love James Washington, I really do. They lost Amari Cooper to the Browns, but I'm not worried about that. Honestly, he just wasn't crazy good on the Cowboys. He needed more targets. He just wasn't treated as the wide receiver 1. CeeDee Lamb is now the clear go-to guy. Michael Gallup is coming off an injury, but he's extremely productive when he catches the ball. I love Michael Gallup, very underrated. James Washington, we just talked about him, very underrated as well. Young enough. That core is pretty young. You got Dak Prescott, who can throw the ball pretty accurate. And you got Dalton Schultz at tight end. Even though he is in some contract issues right now, but I want you guys to tell me your thoughts on this list down below. So 1 Rams, 2 Bengals, 3 Buccaneers, 4 Chargers, 5 Chiefs, 6 Dolphins, 7 Bills, 8 Cardinals, 9 Raiders, 10 Cowboys. Top 10 receiving teams in the NFL. Give me, guys, your opinion down below. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you hit subscribe, join the Discord, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. See you guys.